Hi there, my name is Drew, and if we haven't met before, welcome to ReadyBudgetGo. If it's not your first time visiting my channel, welcome back. I am glad you're here either way. It's Wednesday, and on Wednesday I play savings challenges and savings games that were created by other members of the budgeting community. That's why it's called Friendsday Wednesday. Let's jump into the Wonder Woman binder, and we're going to start with freebie challenges. I'm working on one from Eva at Budget Your Life and one from Brooke at Bees Budgets currently. So let's do Brooke's first, which is a scratch and save challenge. We'll get out the dice tray here and a D6. We'll roll one of these from Eva. This is a Black Panther die. We got 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will go right up at top. That's an 8. Okay, clean that off. Go one more time. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And a 7. So $15 going into this challenge. Okay. So 10 and 5, so I don't forget. Then let's do a couple of dice rolls for Eva's challenge. We're rolling a D8 here. We got an 8 and a 5. 8, 5. So $13 more. So I'll put back a 10 and grab 23. So total of 28 for this week on the freebie challenges. $28 plus 22 is 50, so let's put all this business back. A couple of 2s, 5, a couple of 20s for a 50. Oh, and I can put the 250s back for a hundo. All right, so 121 with the 28 from this week. And the envelope was started with previous freebie challenges, so I've been using them up and just letting the numbers roll over. So I'm going to take this out, but before I start scratching on this one, I need to write down that I put 28 into freebies. Okay, then let's do this challenge from Judy at Save with Judy. I won this on one of her lives. I'm going to need to do several of these, and I hope the numbers aren't high, like they have been. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. $6. Okay, that's not too bad. 5, 6. Oops, threw that right out of the dice tray. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 7. I'm going to go one more time. 5, 7. Maybe twice even. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And $2. That's what we've been looking for. Hard to have too many of those when it's a $100 challenge, though. Okay, so let's get that all cleaned up. And the desk where I spilled. So we had 6, 7, and 2 for a total of 15. Add that to the binder here. 10, 15. So let's do a swap here. 2 5s and 2 20s for a 50. So we've got $61 in this challenge so far out of the 100. Next is Color Bingo. This is by Cris at Budgeting with Cris. I believe she changed her channel name. The new one will be down below. YouTube auto updates it. So let's get out the Superman and Batman die from Eva at Budget Your Life. Superman goes across the top because he flies. Batman goes down the side. We've got 5 and 2. That is blue. So $2, light blue. Getting close to a bingo in that row. 3 and 2 is orange, which is $6. 6 and 5 we've already done. Oops, that was supposed to be 5 and 6 because Superman was 5, Batman was 6. So that's green. That is $4, and that is where I'm going to stop. So I'll put back 6. Take 10, total of 12. So far, adding that in, looks like we can get a 20 out. Yep. So we got 70 because there's 50, and then 10, 5, 2, 2, and 1 is 20. Total of 70 in this challenge thus far. And I better make sure that I am keeping track here. So in Judy's, we had 15. And in Color Bingo, I forget. I know we did a green for 4. We did a light blue for 2. And I think we did an orange for 6, which would be a total of 12. Okay, let's move on to taxes. This is a challenge by Lizzy at Busy Lizzy's Budget. You can get this on her Etsy shop. Need that dice tray back, and I need a D20. That is a D12. Where's my D20? There it is. I think we left off on 12, so we're going to go 1, 2, and 3. And that's going to be 15, so that's going to be the only one that I scratched this week. This is a $400 challenge, numbers 5 through 15, so that's max money. Go back in here, add that to what's already in the envelope. So far we have 50, 70, 80, 95, 7. So we'll swap the 2 10s for a 20. And next week we should go over the century mark. Make sure I write down that 15 on the tracker here, or in my book, because I have to keep myself honest with what I'm saying I'm saving and what I'm actually saving. So taxes, 15. Sparkle is the colorful sparkle roll and save. This is by Eva at Budget Your Life. You can get this whoopsie on her website at budgetyourlife.com. You can also get the sparkly color dot dice, which I will be using to play this game. There they are. Okay. So the one farther away from me I'm saying is across, and the one closer to me is down. We have yellow and orange, which we've already done. Yellow and green, which we've already done. 2 yellows, D8 roll. Perfect. Let's roll a D8 and let's see how much that spot will cost. 7. Whoops. I just flung that cap. Okay, so 7 there. 5 and 7. Let's keep going. Green and yellow, we've already done. Yellow and orange is done. Purple and green, 1. My high school colors, fun fact. Let's go again. 1 more. Yellow and blue, already done. Purple and yellow, nope, my college colors. I went to the University of Washington. Well, for undergrad. Okay, not there. Red and blue, already done. Double purple. Uh-oh, D20 roll. Okay. Drum roll, please. Let's see what happens. 13. Good number to roll for a D20, I think. All right, so let's put back 7 and take out a 20. We'll put this away. And let's go find that envelope here. Nope, this one. So 21 going in, so that brings us to a total of $73 in this challenge so far. Make sure I write down that $21. Can't reach the cat for the dry erase marker, so it'll just have to stay off for the rest of the video. That's just the way it goes. Okay, 21. Up next is the Firefly Challenge from Marlene at Snow Gardener 307. This one gave me fits at the start, but I think we've come to an understanding. Let's roll a D8 and see which one I'm scratching this week. Number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. $5. That's acceptable. And let's do some roll and saves on the back, at least one. I'm rolling a D8 here, so a 4. And let's go one more time. And a 6. So $10 again from the back page on this one. Total of 15 going into this challenge for the week. We'll add that to the money already in the envelope. Looks like we can do some condensing here. 10, 15, so 10 and 2 5s for a 20. So total of $81 on this $65 plus challenge, but I've also been doing the back for the roll and save, so. All right, 15 into the Fireflies for the week. Up next is Paku-Piggy. This is by Jenn at Jenn Katie Fiddly Bits. There's that. And we need the dice tray, and we need the special die here. We left off somewhere in this area. We got a goblin right off the bat. Those cost $2 every time you roll one. 1. My capless dry erase here. Goblin, $2. Whoops, just 1. Another goblin, another $2. I could have just taken it out. Another goblin, another $2. Another goblin, another $2. Go one more time. Another goblin, another $2. So we just ate a bunch of goblins this week. Not too much forward progress, but we still saved money, and that's what counts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gets a 10. Total of $13 going into this challenge for the week. Mark that down in my little tracker here. We'll add this to the envelope. There we go. 10, 12, 13. Okay, so far we have 50, 70, 85, 87, 89. Next week, hopefully, we'll get over the century mark. Moving on to black and white bingo. This game always takes a minute to play. Last week it was super expensive, $53, but let's see how we do this week. So I need the special dice for this, as well as my little tokens here that I use to mark off the card. Okay. There we go. Star and 3. So right off the bat, we get the free space. That is a D20 roll. And that's 16 this time. Last time it was 20. So go again. 04 right there. B2. B1. Whoops. Star 2. Okay, so that means I can take a 2 from anywhere because I already paid for the star. 06. B4. G4. N1. Ooh, an 05 will give us a bingo. 01. Nope. Star 4. Well, I think there's only 2 4s I can take. I guess I'll go N row. I3. Star 3. That opens B6. That opens I1. I'll go here. Star 6. Okay, there we go. We got a bingo diagonally. So we're going to save 1 plus 7 plus 6 plus 3. So 9, 10, 17 plus this 16. 17 plus 16 is 33. So put a 5 back, grab 22 more. Dump that off. Whoops, set those aside. Pardon my reach. Okay. Put this card behind. And let's see what the total is. Okay, so running total for this game is 100, 250, 70, 90, 310, 15, 17, 18, and 19. So 2 1s for a 2, 2 20s, and a 10 for a 50, well, plus a 50, so let's get a hundo. So now, 1, 2, 300, 10, 15, 19. All right. And that was 33. Around and around we go. This is by Brooke at Bees Budgets. In this challenge, you keep rolling the die and going around the board, scratching off as you go, and you keep going around and around until you've landed on all the spaces to scratch off. I've got 1 more left, but who knows how long it's going to take to get there. So let's roll a Wonder Woman die, and we've got a 1, so we're saving 5. And that's a 3. 1, 2, 3. And we have made it to the final scratch off. It's the final scratch off. Okay, $4 there. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. $9 is going in, so let's see how much this one saved. And have no fear, I got like 3 or 4 of these, so I will have a new one for next week. And I'm not getting rid of this one. Like, this one's going in my to-be restickered stash. I think this is a totally creative idea. I love that Brooke did it. I love that she has multiple of them. So be sure to check that out if it's something that you think you might like to play. So in total, this game saved us 100, 20, 5, 30, 7, 9, 41. So I'm not, I guess I'll condense this. Wait, did I count wrong? 31. 120, 5, 30, 2, 4, and 6. I guess I'm losing my mind here. I thought there was another bill in there. Weird. Or I counted the bill wrong. Okay, so we have 16 here, so let's trade this in for a 10 and a 1. Whew. But it was $9 that went into the challenge this week. I will put it back in, and I'll put the money in front to remind myself to swap it with one of the other ones. And let's write down 9 before I forget. D20 is up next. This is from Lizzy at Busy Lizzy's Budget. It is not explicitly a D20 challenge. That's just the die that I decided to roll. And where did I put it? There it is. So let's see if I can get a decent number this time. Last time was the first time I got a decent number. 19. Okay, we'll take it. 19. Now that D20 is doing what it's supposed to do. If I've got a 1 in the envelope, I'll just take that out and put in a 20. So let's see here. I do. So 1 goes out, 20 comes in, and we have a total of $50, $70, $82 so far for this challenge. So now it's looking like a proper D20 roll and save, because that die was not cooperating. What am I doing? I need to take out the next challenge. Oh, goodness. Okay, next up is Heads or Tails. That is by Marlene at Snowgarden 307. I'm going to write down 19 for the D20 before I forget. This one is a custom game by her. Well, all of hers are, but comes with custom dice. So you have her 3 characters, What the Duck, Georgette, and Fred Jr. Each one heads and tails. So I assign values to those. I'm going to roll them a couple times, and we'll see how much they save us. So we've got Georgette tails, and we've got What the Duck tails. Georgette tails is 12. What the Duck is 4, so that's 16. Roll them again. And we've got Fred Jr. tails and Georgette heads. Fred Jr. tails is 8. Georgette heads is 6, so that's 14. 16 and 14 is $30 going in for the week. Okay. So 30, I'm going to put back 70 and take a hundo. So 122 so far. And you can get this from Marlene either on her website at snowgardener307.com or her Etsy shop. Same name over there. So I'll take out the Gumball challenge, but I need to write down $30 for heads and tails. And let's see what comes out of the Gumball machine this week. We're just going to turn this gently. This is by Jenn at Jenn Katie Fiddly Bits. So we have green, and that is $3. Go again. Blue, which is $1. Yellow, which is 2x. So 2x the next one. Pink, which is 3x. Oh, goodness. Okay, so blue is 1, and I'm going to say we're going 3 times 2 is 6, times 1 is 6. So we're having green, blue, blue. I need to get out my wet erase markers in this totally satisfying packaging. Love it, love it. Green and blue. So 1 green and 2 blue. Green is going right here. And then blue. I'll do 1 here and 1 here. So I need to save 6 plus 3 plus 1, so $10 for the week. Let's go back in. This goes like that. And then that comes up and like that. Oh, love it. I found those wet erase markers at a thrift store, and it's honestly one of my favorite purchases ever at a thrift store, other than Irma Gerd. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Irma Gerd, if you don't know, is my calculator. And you see Irma mostly on Fridays in the weekly reel, when I show how I am using all of the money that I'm saving in my other videos throughout the week. Okay, so we have so far $50, $70, $80, $5, $87, $89. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, we're done with the binder, but we're not done saving. So I need to total up how much is in all of this so far. So we have 28 plus 15 is 43, 55, 70, 91, 106, 119. 119 plus 33 is 142, 151, 170, 210. So 210 plus the 297 from yesterday means I am at 517. So I have about $183 to save in the Mayan book. Speaking of the Mayan book, this is by Eva at Budget Your Life. And there are 10 challenges in all. I've finished some of them. I was using a D10 to determine which one to do, but now I'm just going through and finishing off what I can finish off. So I'm going to come back to this one, but I'm actually going to start here. I had intended, I'm doing a couple of these puzzle pieces each week just because there's a lot of them and they're big money. So until I get these done, I want to make sure I'm doing at least 2 a week. And so this is going to be $80 to start off with. And I pre-colored so that you wouldn't have to be tortured watching me struggle with coloring those in. Okay, so $80, 50, 70, 80. This challenge now will be 1,000 because I'm multiplying times 4. 50, 50, 20, 20. Okay, so far, this challenge has 100, 200, 350, 400, 20, 30, 40. So 2 10s for a 20 and 2 50s for a hundo. 1 and 2, another 100. So these go in. And I'll mark 80 to start. Okay, let's go back to the first challenge that needs finishing, which is here. I'm multiplying these amounts times 4. So 1 times 4 plus 40, 10 times 4. So total of 44. 20, 40, 2 and 4. Let me write that down before I forget. So I should have 168 altogether. Let's see if that's true. No, 328. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, 100, 200, 50, 70, 90, 310, 320, 2, 4, 6, 8. Yes, 328. Goodness. Can't math. Okay, so next up we have this scratch and save challenge. I'm multiplying the amounts times 5, and I have 124 so far out of the 183 that I needed. So we'll see if I can finish this page. If not, that's okay. I believe, you know what? As long as the numbers aren't huge, I'm going to finish it. Let's just see what happens. A 3, that's manageable. Hope I'm not shaking everything too much. Next, a 7. Okay, so we're up to $50. Let's just go for it. If I'm over, that's okay. This month, that is okay. And a 5. So $75 altogether needs to go in. So big savings this week, but I got to finish 2 challenges in here. Let's add 75. And I should have $250 total in this envelope. Looks like I do. 100, 50, 200, 20, 40, and 50. Indeed. So 50, 2 20s, 2 5s for a hundo. So 250 in there. Make sure I write down 75 in my book, and then let's see how much I am saving in total toward my Roth IRA for the week. Close this up here. Okay, and 75. So 80 plus 75 is 155, plus 44 is 199. So 199 plus 297 plus 210 is 6, 1, 10, 20, 2, 4, 6, 706. So pretty much right on the target, just a little bit over. So $706 is what will go into my Roth IRA for the week. Make sure you tune in on Friday to see the total and how fast I'm progressing toward my goal. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed Friendsday Wednesday, please leave me a thumbs up, drop a comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and until I see you in the next one, take care.